Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so we have very interesting news and unfortunately quite unsettling news. Now initially when I read this article or was informed about its existence, I wasn't overly worried, and I'll explain why. So let's get to it. So a gaming company lays off 7% of its workforce to better align with goals. And the gaming company in question is obviously none other than Kabam, as we are talking about here. So I'm not going to read the entire article. I'll link to it in the video description. It's not overly long, but the base point is that they are firing about 7% of their workforce, which accounts for about 35 people. As Kabam's headcount is about 500 people, but that's also not the full picture because Kabam is kind of merging with Netmarble, and Netmarble is absolutely massive. And a lot of people were worried initially that there could be MCOC developers that are being let go as well. And considering the state of MCOC with all the bugs, with all the issues, and with all the whirlwind fast changes, I kind of immediately dismissed it. Because I am fully aware of the situation where Netmarble and Kabam are hemorrhaging money. They really are. Netmarble is losing a lot of money. But they are losing a lot of money because they had invested heavily in crypto games and NFT stuff and things like that, and they're developing a ton of projects. All of those projects are losing money. Malconquest of Champions is among the very few, franchises, games that actually keep the lights on. Malconquest of Champions is one of the most profitable games Kabam has, if not the most profitable, and their numbers actually, even though they did decline in 2021, it's still, head and shoulders above the rest, and they are profitable. So I initially thought, it's like, they're firing some of the people that they had working on those crypto games, or, Forge to Fight Transformers closing down, or whatever else. And that was the video that I wanted to make. Do not stress, guys. Do not panic. They're just cleaning house a bit because they have had a lot of unsuccessful projects that are hemorrhaging money. Malconquest of Champions is one of those games that's actually paying for the rest of these projects the best it can. So I highly doubt that people from MCOC team would be significantly affected. At least that would have been the type of, opinion, insight that I would have wanted to give. However, I have learned otherwise, and that is extremely unfortunate. And this part of the video actually enrages me quite a bit, because justifiably or unjustifiably, I am fully well aware of the fact that I am not the favorite person amongst Kabam in Kabam offices. I'm fully well aware of that. However, obviously, I still wish, for Malconquest of Champions to be the best game it can. And out of every single Kabam employee, there was one name, one person that I personally regarded pretty much head and shoulders above the rest. Because he was clearly invested in the game to interact with community and not only pop in, CCP streams or other Kabam employee streams now. I suppose it's okay to say that. And kind of like stay in the safe area of the Marvel community. He was the one Kabam employee that actually frequented my own streams, had very productive discussions, that took my feedback in consideration as well, and wasn't shy about it. We could, goof off on a stream a bit, kind of like trade some jabs. But at the same time, I genuinely had the feeling that this person knows what he's doing and he's working very hard. And most importantly, he isn't a coward. Most importantly, that he has enough wits about him to interact with players who want the game to succeed, but aren't necessarily always on this Kabam is roses and flowers type of situation. And I was talking about Kabam Tipped. And unfortunately, I have learned earlier today that as of yesterday, Kabam Tipped no longer works for Kabam. So I actually learned that in parallel to this article, as in I learned that slightly after this article, but we had started a conversation yesterday regardless of this, but obviously it didn't take too long to put 2 and 2 together. That there are layoffs in MCOC team, 100%. And also that, unfortunately, one of the layoffs is Kabam Tipped, who, again, without having insider knowledge, obviously, of what is going down in Kabam offices, at the very least to me came across as one of the better people working there. And it sucks. It really does suck, especially because he was kind of the one that, the one person from Kabam that, again, what's the best way to describe? Made me feel that there's some competence and there's some will to do things well. And he was like, he knows I'm like against relics or very skeptical against relics, and he was super determined to kind of like prove me wrong. And Kabam Tipped was also the person who worked on Incursions rework. He was also the person who worked on relics, and he was also the person who I believe worked on initial arena challenges, at least partially, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So he definitely did plenty of important things in the game, for the game. And yeah, he's no longer employed. So obviously that starts many more questions immediately. As in, how many people from MCOC team got laid off? For what reasons? What does... As a Kabam reviewed our strategic priorities, we made the decision to adjust our resourcing structure in alignment with our goals. So it makes me beg the question, what are those goals? But let me know what you guys think. I have just about said what I think. I'm definitely extremely saddened to see Kabam Tipped being let go, especially when we clearly see that Kabam needs all the help they can get, especially MCOC team. There's so many things not working properly, and there's so many things still outdated in the game. And yeah. This really does suck. Let me know what's your opinion. See you soon, guys. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the